Welcome back, Bob the Vaping Computer Guy. Today we're taking a look at the third item from Bohr. This is the Bohr Flask Pod System. Alright, so obviously it looks like a little flask. Let's dive right down, take a look at it, and I'll tell you what it's been like using this thing. Alright, so today we're taking a look at the Bohr Flask Pod System. So obviously it looks like a small flask, which is why they are calling that. You will have up-down buttons over here. You will have airflow over there and over there. You have your micro USB charging. You have a little bit of venting on the bottom. And you do have a screen right there. It does have a normal screen. They'll show you your resistance, your wattage. You can do wattage, you can do voltage, and you also have a play mode. You can see that you have the side scrolling button here. That'll bring you down from 1 watt up to 20 watts. So it is variable wattage on here. You can adjust it, or variable voltage. And this screen here is your actual fire button. So let's bring the wattage down a little bit, since I do have a coil in there that I do not want to just burn out. All right. But that is your fire button right there. Let's take a look at the pod. Pod is held in pretty good. When it goes in, you got an extra little click there to make a good connection on there. Mouthpiece is really nice, very comfortable shape, very nice overall. Pop that out. And you do have your coils here. Now, if you pull the coil out, you can see from the design, sort of see here, the coil is right in here. It's a micro coil. This does hold 2 milliliters of juice, and if you pull the coil out while there is still juice in there, it will leak right out. It does sit right in the center there, keeping the juice flowing around it, and yeah, it can go right out the mouthpiece. Now, the coils themselves are like this. They are micro coils. They have 2 different kinds that come with it. You get a ceramic 1.2 ohm and a mesh 0.4 ohm coil. So ceramic and mesh in there. We'll talk more about those when we go back up on top. The battery in here is a 1150 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. Like I said, you do have a screen, which is really nice for a small pod system like this. Let's go back up and talk about it and tell you what it's been like vaping on this thing. Alright, so a pod system that has a nice little screen, nice little variable voltage, wattage. I don't think I showed you it up close, but if you can see right now, I have it in wattage mode, 1, 2, 3. And now it's in voltage mode. You can see the little V there. Okay, and then you got a play mode, so it's supposed to try and anticipate what's best for you. So really nice. You got those options. You got the screen. The mouthpiece is extremely comfortable. The vape off it's pretty good. Let me get it back into... All right, we're back in wattage mode, and I'm going to take a vape. So you have the variable voltage, of course, the variable voltage, variable wattage, and play mode. The coils, of course, will give you a recommended level that they should be vaped on, but you can boost that power up a little bit if you want to get a little more vapor, or if you're using a stronger nic salt, like a 50 milligram nic salt, you can bring that back down a little bit. The mesh coil, the 0.4, you get a lot of vapor off of that thing, and you probably could use that even with, you know, like a 50-50 regular juice. If you use the 1.2 ohm ceramic coil, I'd recommend that you use definitely a 50-50 juice, and maybe, you know, preferably a nic salt. I think it works better that way. Everything about this has been wonderful. Battery life is great on here. I don't have any complaints. I do have just a thing to point out is that you do have a little bit of a learning curve, because when I pulled it out, you know, you got buttons on the side, and that's the up, down, and this is your fire. But you tend to want to just side fire it like a regular mod. You know, you just tend to do that, and nothing's happening, and I realize, oh, all I'm doing is changing the power on there. Yeah, the button is on the side here, so you do have a little bit of a learning curve just to try and remember that if you're used to using regular mods with a side fire button. I don't know if they could have switched that around. I guess, you know, they could have. They could have made the screen left and right, just like now where it changes. You know, it's a fire button basically, but you could have used that to go up and down and then use the side to fire. I might have liked that better. But then it kind of feels more like a regular mod than a pod, because you'd be vaping it by clicking the side there. You know, preference, it's just, you know, how you like it if you don't like it, but nothing bad about it. Overall, it's been working great. Everything about it's been really nice. That is the Bohr Flask Pod System. And by the way, we will be giving one away to the Patreon members. This will be going in the Patreon TARDIS back there shortly. Bohr sent that in for the giveaway. Thank you very much for that. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.